Chuck Michel, you are a success story, the American dream. This is the way it's supposed to happen. How did you get involved with LifeWave?
Well, it was interesting. I was involved in real estate, which has been my career path for a lot of years. And I had a phone call from a friend, and it was a relationship, someone that I respected, and he started telling me about a new technology. And of course, my antennas went up more from the business side. We all know what happened if you were first with Microsoft or Google or Yahoo. So I began to describe this technology, which was being very successful to individuals for increased levels of energy, but with nothing in the body. No drugs, no stimulants, no toxins, no chemicals. And I was intrigued because I've always subscribed to that first. I would much prefer good diet over medication. And some of the things that he said to me within a very short conversation energized me to fly from California back to Atlanta to meet this scientist. And so I got on a plane. That was Thursday night. Friday morning, I flew back to Atlanta, and I met David Schmidt and spent a couple days. And David was extremely forthright on the science, on the product, on the technology. And I was very, very impressed. But I will say at that meeting, it was more from the business side, maybe as an investor or whatever. So that was my first introduction. That was about 7 years ago.
Had you ever entertained the idea of multi-level marketing?
Yes, and even though I was in real estate, I've always been impressed with the model, because I think so many of the advertising dollars that big companies spend, I mean, there's just no question that it's just wasted. And what impressed me with the networking, with the multi-level model, is that it eliminates hundreds of millions of dollars of nonsense ads and relies on people telling people about a great idea, a great product. So I've always had the back of my mind, and then with Warren Buffett buying an MLM company and saying it was one of his crown jewels, I was one of these folks who really liked that whole business model.
You have to be a specific kind of person, though, to undertake multi-level marketing. What is that quality?
Well, the first thing was when I was coming back from, and it's a passion for the product, because then it's easy. It's like a great restaurant, a great movie, or you drive a great new car. Right. You're anxious to tell folks about it, people you care about. And I went to the meeting in Atlanta, was very impressed with David. He was a young scientist. And there was just something about his persona that was non-business. It wasn't about making gobs of money. It was taking this non-invasive health modality worldwide, and he already was supplying the government, and he had a raft of sports folks that were using the product. So I left. It was on a Sunday. It was in July, so it was very humid, and I'm not used to that heat and humidity flying out of the Atlanta airport. And I got on the airplane, and I love to read when I'm flying because you got 5 hours trapped in a plane, no phones, nothing bothering you, so I always travel with some magazines and books. And I got in the plane, I was exhausted. I couldn't keep my eyes open. I'm thinking, wasting 5 hours. And then I remembered that David had given us all some samples of this patch idea. And it was funny because there was no packaging, no brochures. They were in a sandwich bag. So, I mean, we were the real pioneers. But I put them on my wrists while I'm sitting waiting for takeoff. And the flight attendant came on, seat backs up, tray tables up. I kind of lost track of what I was doing. And we were probably airborne up, 30,000 feet within 10 minutes. And I had a feeling that I had taken a cool shower. It was that sense of refreshment and energy that is analogous to taking a cool, refreshing shower rather than a sugar burst of energy or a caffeine rush up and down. No heart palpitation. It just felt so energized, and I read for 5 straight hours. Then I got back in LA about 11 o'clock, drove down to Orange County, and I couldn't wait to tell people. I said, "You got to try this stuff." So it was almost a natural to the business model, which is telling people you care about of a great experience you've had. And I did that for a couple of years, and it just exploded.
To be able to sell, do you need to love your product? Can you sell something that you don't, that you're not enthused about?
You know, Suzanne, I think it's interesting. I think salespeople have a tendency to screw this process up. They talk too much. They pitch too much. The best folks in our business are teachers, folks that just have a bunch of friends they like to communicate. It isn't a sales pitch. What I did is I just said to folks that I knew, I said, hey, Phil, let me tell you what happened to me. You got to know about this. Because I was mainly excited that nothing went in your body. Right. No drugs, no chemicals. And at my age, I'm pretty sensitive to that for two reasons. Number one, I know there's a toxic side effect. And number two, I don't want to get hooked on even an aspirin. Right. I'd rather just drink lots of water. And so I was very anxious to tell people. And the biggest thrill was seeing the same thing happen to other people. I would get phone calls from people that were like 3 tell the story away. Say, Chuck, you don't know me, but a friend of a friend said they knew you, and I need to know where I get this product. I thought, whoa, I'm not real smart, but there may be something here.
What do you work from home. Mm-hmm. You have your wife, your children, mm-hmm. you have grandchildren.
Right.
First of all, how wonderful to be able to work at home. What is your daily routine like?
Well,
relative to your business.
Yeah, it obviously changed. At first, I was very active. We did a lot of breakfast meetings, lunch meetings, getting together. People would want to, and everybody working, people would say, gee, can you meet us for lunch? Because I've got I remember one in particular, and this is kind of the way word of mouth gets, the dynamics of it. I had a friend of mine who I knew in real estate. His cousin was an investment banker, loved the product, and he gave it to another one of the investment bankers in the office. Well, this guy's sister married a fellow who's with the Dallas Cowboys. So I'm getting a call from someone who said that this fellow who plays for the Dallas Cowboys was an All-American out of UCLA. He's at training camp up on Oxnard, and they want you to send product. I'm thinking, whoa, that's perfect. So, and that spawned a lot of sales. But the point is that, so early on, I was just everywhere I could be what we call patching people. I would do muscle tests because we only had one product then. Mm-hmm. And so I was patching folks, doing muscle tests in restaurants, restrooms, parking lots, elevators, because I was so anxious to have them see the benefits of it. But then you get to where you're more managing folks on the phone all the time, conference calls, and then we would do weekend trainings. And so it morphed itself very quickly from a one-on-one hands-on to where you're coaching. And that's why teachers, coaches are great in this industry.
You started out at the very beginning. Were you one of the first to join the mm-hmm. LifeWave? Mm-hmm. Were you the first?
No, there are about 5 of us.
5.
And we're not we're business people, the mm-hmm. first 5. Mm-hmm. And we went to see David because we knew he was ready to go, or the phone call I had was he was going to be taken to the commercial market. And, just common sense in business says that if you can get in early with a great concept, I don't care if it's a social network. I mean, look what these things have done, or if it's Microsoft or Procter & Gamble, or you see so many families that have become wealthy from a lucky phone call, right? And so that was kind of the common thread with this initial group. But none of us could promote something that we weren't ravenous about. And so that we just, within the next 2 or 3 days, as this little group began to use the product, let other people try the product, it began to just take on a kind of a geometric growth of product sales.
Today, if new members sign up with LifeWave, do they have the same opportunity for success that you do, or that you did, or do you have something special?
No, it's so much easier today. Well, first of all,
why?
We have 5 products. We had 1 product in sandwich bags. We had no DVDs, a terrible website. We did not have Suzanne Summers, who's seen what this will do. And the potential is greater because the thing about networking is it's random. You may think, I could never grow internationally. And so you talk to your neighbor whose son just got laid off from HP in Denver, who lives next to someone from Japan. And all of a sudden, you see this volume burst in Japan, and you've had no invested capital. You don't have to open an office. You just look at your website, and you say, wow, how'd that happen?
So most of this is happening from your computer?
Everything.
Everything?
Yep.
So it's a whole new world.
Fully manage everything, your bookkeeping, your promotion. And what's really neat is they give you the marketing tools, like they give you a Visa, MasterCard, American Express account, comes right with your package, so that if someone just wants to try the product, you hand them your business card, they go to your website, they order on their MasterCard, and you get paid.
Well, it sounds like you figured it out, and what a great place for you to be at LifeWave. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's been a blessing, and I encourage folks to take it seriously, because you're helping so many people. My gosh, just once you understand the energy story without any kind of stimulant or toxin, the glutathione story, which is critical to everybody, you just want to continue talking about it, and guess what? You get paid.
Perfect. It's the perfect template. Doing
really
well
is.
while doing good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.